So we're going to finish up the food here and then we're going to another wedding. Malaysia is amazing. We're road tripping all over Peninsular Malaysia and at the moment it's wedding season. We've been invited to 3 different Malay weddings today. Let's go and check out what these weddings are like and what sort of delicious traditional food they have. I'm Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate. We hope you're hungry. Let's eat. We're travelling around North Peninsular Malaysia and we're in Perlis, and today we've been invited to a traditional Malay wedding. So we are at the wedding right now. We've said hello to the bride and groom's parents and then we've just been directed to come and eat. So we're hitting the buffet. The bride and groom have yet to arrive, so everyone's just sitting down for a feed before they get here. This is sort of strange for us coming from a Western country, because in Malaysia, with Malay weddings, it's sort of like the more the merrier. So we were literally invited a couple of days ago by some of our friends, and we've just rocked up and been directed to go and hit the buffet and to sit and eat and enjoy and be a part of the celebration. It's really cool. Back to the food. So the villagers and the family have been cooking for days, I'd say, to prepare for the wedding. We've got some traditional wedding foods here. So this is ayam, masak, merah, which is like a red chili chicken. We've got some achar here, which is a pineapple, chili and cucumber pickle. We've got the white rice, sambal here, which is with ikan bilis. Some sambal belacan, which is a fermented shrimp chili condiment. And then this is a coconut and turmeric gravy dish, which is cooked with salted fish. And this here, I think, is some more fermented fish of some sort. Not quite sure, we'll have to taste it to find out what it is.
Like Sheena said, the situation of being at a random wedding is so unusual for us. You definitely don't just rock up to a random wedding where we come from, so it's so neat to be here to experience a Malay wedding, and this food looks incredible. So I'm just going to dive in. I've got lots of this salted fish with the onions and the chili, so fried onions and chilies on top. And this here, this chicken, like chili chicken, so chicken cooked in like a chili gravy is a real wedding dish. So I'm going to dive in and grab some of that. So it's on the bone, so we'll just grab off a nice bit of the chicken, grab some rice. Let's get that down and see how it is. Wow. Wow. That's my first mouthful of food today actually, and that is perfect way to start the day. It's sweet, it's spicy, the chicken's quite well done, but not in like a gritty way. It's just cooked through, it sort of breaks apart. Wow, that's so good. Let's try some more. I really want to try this salted fish. So quite big chunks of fish you can see here. Let's just grab a chunk, some chili. I'm going to have to get some onions in there too. And a little bit of rice. Let's just try that. Wow, that is sensational. The fish looked like it was going to be kind of squishy, but it's not. It's really dried. It just sort of, it flaked apart, like the pieces of fish just broke apart sideways. It was that dry. Ooh, it's really salty. Oh, the salt flavor is really coming on now. But there's still sweetness from those onions. Oh, that's amazing. I've got this pineapple dish, so I'm just going to grab a couple of bits of pineapple here as a little chaser, because that's got a real nice salty kick. That is total sweet and salty. What a combo. That is such a good start.
Time for me to dive into this amazing looking plate of food. I'm going to try this bright yellow dish, the masak lemak. So it's a coconut gravy cooked with turmeric, and then there's salted fish in here. Let's just grab a mouthful of that and some rice. The salted fish is quite a strong flavour. And then you've got that really creamy hit from the coconut milk. There's also, I think, maybe some bamboo in there. And the fish is actually quite sort of broken up and flaky. Thomas really raved about this ayam masak merah, so a traditional dish that's served at weddings here in Malaysia. So I'm going to get a little bit of it and have a bit of it with that rice. Let's go for it. It's not hugely fiery, so the spice is not really too strong. It's mostly sweet, and it's got that beautiful sort of almost sticky gravy that's covered it. Oh, so amazing.
This is a military wedding, so there was just a really amazing ceremony as the bride and groom arrived, and we've just been invited to a second wedding. So we're going to finish up the food here, and then we're going to another wedding. Malaysia is amazing.
So we're attending these Malay weddings with our friend Syaza and her family. We've collected our wedding favours and now we're heading to the next stop.
We're at wedding number 2 now, and they just set up these tents right in the middle of the street. Let's go check this one out and see what there is to eat. This wedding once again has a bit of a buffet going on. This is nasi tomato, and that's why it's got that yellowy, reddy tinge, because it's rice with tomato in it when it's cooked. An absolute classic wedding dish. Beef rendang, so let's grab some of that to start us off. Look at that, these beautiful cubes of beef. Just chuck that on there, and we'll get a little bit of that nice oily sauce. Oh.
So as well as a buffet, this wedding has got a laksam station. A laksam is a noodle dish. It actually originates in Kelantan, and you can see that it's sitting in a fish broth, and you've got these thick rice noodle rolls, a dollop of sambal, there's some herbs in there, some grated cucumber, and also some onions. I've got a bit of that broth and then the noodles. The noodles are so slippery, and that fish broth has like a really strong fish flavour. The sambal's got a nice chilli hit, and then the vegetables are really crunchy. Really tasty dish. Remember, we're travelling around Perlis at the moment, and there's going to be a lot more content from the northern states of Peninsular Malaysia, so make sure you hit subscribe to follow along for more food adventures.
I've loaded up another plate with the rice and some sides. So the rendang that I already spoke about, the nasi tomato, I've got a couple of bits of orange here, and this is a fruit dish, so fruits cooked in sambal. So you can see these different fruits here. I think they're cherries, and I'm not even sure what that is, maybe some mango, just all sorts of bits. So let's give it all a go. Now my plate is a lot bigger than I intended because we've just been invited to 2 more weddings. So today is going to be 4 weddings in one day. Unreal. Let's try some of the nasi tomato and the beef rendang. It's quite light. It's got good levels of spice. So just a good spice, then a good sort of aromatics like the ginger and that sort of thing coming underneath. But it's very light. The meat's really easy to break up. Like, look at that. The meat just, wow. It really does. It just breaks apart. Oh wow, that's incredible. You can see the beautiful color and the texture in there. Let's try a little bit more of that. Oh, that is so good. So good. I've got to try these fruits in the sambal. Grab a little one of these cherries, I think it is, and this guy, I'm not sure what that is. Let's do that without rice. Oh, there's a stone in the cherry. I got this stone out, and they're sort of pickled, so they've got a sour taste and then spiciness from the sambal that's around them. That's a really good dish. That goes really well with the meat because it's pickled, they counter each other. So you've got Sweet and tangy and spicy all going on. The nasi tomato didn't have a really strong tomato flavour, but I'm just going to eat a little bit by itself. It's sort of got a spiced, sweet flavour. It's really good, and I've got those couple of oranges to chase the whole plate. Wedding number 2 is great. That is another wedding down, another lovely feed. We have more gift bags from this wedding. It's the hospitality here is just incredible, the way they welcome us into these weddings. And it looks like now we're just going to go to 3 weddings. Just 3 weddings in one day. So let's head off to the next one.
Of the day, and this is super unusual for me because I have so little on my plate, but I am struggling because there has been so much food. I've got a small portion of nasi, so white rice, and then this is gulai daging with rebung, so this gravy which has got some beef and then some bamboo shoots. So let's give it a go. Look at that bamboo, it's just falling apart at the merest touch. I'm gonna get a little bit of that rice and that gulai or the sauce to go with it. Let's see what it tastes like. The rebung is really juicy, so the bamboo still has a bit of crunch. And bamboo's got a really distinctive flavour. It's almost a little bit bitter, a little bit smoky sometimes I find. And that creamy gulai, or that coconutty gravy is just binding all the ingredients together. Let's try some of that beef. That just fell apart as soon as I bit down on it. It's so delicious. There was also a drinks station at this wedding, so you could go and grab any type of drink. They had corn, chrysanthemum, guava, and also grass jelly. And we missed out because we came a bit late, but they also had an ABC or shaved ice station. Amazing! Let's give this a go. So refreshing. You can see the chrysanthemum leaves or petals in there, and that is just perfect because it's a really hot day, so I'm going to be drinking a lot more of this.
And that is how you do 3 Malay weddings in 4 hours. We have gifts again from this one, and they're a little bit different to what we're used to. So there's no ceremony as such. It's just about eating. So there is ceremony, but that happens sometimes on a whole nother day. But that's not what we're at. We were just at the bit where everyone comes, eats, celebrates, gets gifts.
And you're not expected to stay for the entire reception. Yes. So you literally pop in, have a bite to eat, then pay your, say, you know, congratulations to the families, and then move on to the next wedding.
I mean, at this one, I didn't even see the groom, and I saw the bride, but I don't know where the groom was, so it's all much more slow pace and casual compared to what we're used to, which is everything on a time schedule, everyone's there. Such a cool experience seeing these 3 weddings today. What a treat.
It was amazing, such a special experience. Thank you so much to Syaza and her family for inviting us along. Remember to give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe for heaps more food adventures, and we'll see you next time. Jumpa lagi!
Jumpa lagi!